Welcome students in my new tutorial, and today's topic is forms. So what is forms? It is the front end for data entry and data modification. Earlier when you were creating the tables, directly you were entering the data in a table, but it's not a feasible method for each and everyone. To make the things easier, we use the forms. You could see here, like this is the example of a form. Here easily we could enter the data. One more example is there, like form for combined data entry. So very beautifully, the labels are there and certain buttons are there, and with the help of which we could enter the data. So it's more easier than entering the data inside the table, because in our company we don't want to show the tables to each and every person. Our data entry operators directly will enter the data without knowing the structure of the database. So in each company, the work goes in that way. It displays the data in a layout designed by us and not just in a simple row and column format. So just now I was explaining that only. It displays the data in a layout design as it is shown here. The layout design, or this is. It could be any layout design. So in that way, we will enter the data and not in a simple row and column format as earlier we were entering when we were creating the table. Primarily, a form contains field controls arranged in a presentable and user-friendly manner. So in a form, we could find field controls and which is already arranged in a presentable and user-friendly manner. That we'll be discussing when I'll be teaching you practical way. Each field control consists of a label and the field value. You could see here the labels are given here, the names are given, and then we are entering the data in front. So in that way, okay. So different toolbars in form. There are two different toolbars. Form control toolbar. So this one is a forms control toolbar. And when we are creating the form, so to enter the labels or to enter the images, like different components. So this toolbar will help us. And second one is record toolbar. So the bottom one, this is the record toolbar at the bottom. From here, we are able to move the records, like moving the record up, moving the record down, to enter a new record. So everything is been done with the help of records toolbar. Now directly I'll take you towards the view of LibreOffice base. So now I am in the main interface of LibreOffice base, and under database already we have covered tables, queries, and now we'll be covering forms. And my dear students, according to your syllabus, we have to use wizard to create form. Create form in a design view is not covered in your syllabus, so we'll not be doing that. So directly I'll be clicking on use wizard to create form. So form wizard dialog box will come in front of you. And here you could see tables or queries. And if you click this drop down option, you could see here queries are there. We can make the form based upon the queries. But just now I'm taking the table, and I'll be taking the table as employee. Available fields, so I am selecting all. And then this is the first step, field selection. Next one, set up a subform. So because first time I'm teaching you about the form, so I'm not selecting this option. After this, completing this step and completing this form, in the next form, I'll teach you how to make a subform. So I'll select next. Arrange controls. You could see here at the back, it's showing how it will look like. And arrange the controls on your form. Arrange controls. Arrangement of the main form. You could see here column labels left. So it will look something like this as it is showing. Then different options are there like this also. Then as data sheet. And one more option is there in blocks. Okay. So according to your need, you can select the design. So according to me, this is okay. And then I'll be clicking on next. Set data entry. Select the data entry mode. This form is to be used for entering new data only. Existing data will not be displayed. That means whichever the data is been entered earlier will not be displayed. But I want that the earlier data should also be displayed. So I'll not click upon this option. The second option, the form is to display all data. So I'll click on this option only. The further three options are there. Do not allow modification of existing data. If I'm making this form for any operator, I may click on this. Do not allow. So that operator, he can only enter the new entries, but if already the data is entered, he can't do any modifications. Second, do not allow deletion of existing data. That operator will not be allowed to delete any existing data. Do not allow addition of new data. So even he could only view, but he can't add deletion modification. According to the power, I can select the options, but just now I want full power. So I'll unclick. Click on next. Then apply styles. Apply the style of your form. So different styles are there. You could see here bright blue, light gray, dark. According to your choice, you could select. Then no border. You could see here the difference. 3D look, flat. So I'll be selecting 3D look. Click on next, set name. So I'll write here employee form. Two options are there. How would you want to proceed after creating the form? Work with the form, modify the form. So I want to work with this form. Click on finish. You could see here the form is looking something like this. And you could see here two controls. At the bottom, I can easily change the records. Like it is on record 1 of 10. 10 records are already added. So if I click on next record, you could see here it will be changed. I'll show you here. Just now it is 101. If I click on next record, you could see here it's 102. And then if I click on next record, 103. Next record. The same way, if I click on previous record, it will be changed. Again, see. And here indicator is there, record indicator is there that I am on which record. And here last record, if I click on last record, so this is the record 10 of 10 and here it is employee code 109 and everything is been given. If I want to enter the new record, here is the option given. From here also now I can easily enter the record. I don't need to go on the table to enter the new records in datasheet view. So I can click upon new record and it is empty. Suppose now I am entering 110, date of birth, any fictitious date I'll enter. Then salary, suppose Kalka, let it be Kalka. And then I can enter, if I want, I can enter, otherwise I can save the record. So you could see here now new record is been entered. So like this, you can enter as many records as you want. No need to go to the table. From here, as already told, I can go to previous record from here, next record, first record, and last record. I hope this is clear. And if I want to delete any record, suppose just now I have entered one of the new record 110. If I want to delete this record from here, I can easily delete this record. Click on this delete record option. You could see here LibreOffice base. You intend to delete one record. If you click yes, you won't be able to undo this operation. Do you want to continue anyway? So if I click on yes, this record is been deleted. I hope you have understood how I'm doing the modifications and how the form wizard has helped me to make a form and how I can move the records or delete a record or do modifications in a record. Now I'll save this form. Options are coming save copy as save as a copy. So already I have saved earlier, so no need to save it again. I'll just close the form. And you could see here under forms, the newly made form by me is being shown. If I double click it once again, the form will open for me. I'll close it again. And what I could do, I can right click here and the options are coming delete, rename, and edit option is coming. If I click on edit, it is opening like this. I can redesign the form. So this is the design view of the form, and this is the form control box. And at the bottom already I've shown you the record control box or record toolbar. When I am clicking on design view from here, design mode, so it is a toggle button. So here it is showing you all different type of toolbars, and once I'll off it, it shows that record toolbar is active and it changes. Okay, but now this mode allows me to do the changes here. What kind of changes it can do? Suppose if I click on these buttons, you could see I am able to select. So what I want to select all. So for that, what I am doing, I am pressing the shift key button from the keyboard. So with one finger, I'll press shift button and other left mouse button, I'll click. In this way, I am able to select all the fields, labels also and fields also, field text box. And I can drag everything. Suppose I want to drag it here. Okay, so I have changed the position. And the same way, if this is the text box, suppose I want to make it a little bigger. So how can I do it? Press the control button, CTRL, and then again if I'll press the left mouse button here, you could see here only this text box is selected. I can make it bigger. How? I'll just select it. When it converts into two-sided arrow, just drag it. You could see here it's increased. The same way date of birth also if I want to do, just select it. Now here both the label, the date of birth and the text box is selected. I'll press the control button, then I'll press left mouse button and then I can increase the text. Okay. The same way with salary also. Press the control button and then left mouse button and then I can increase. Okay. So this now you have learned how you can replace or you can change the position. Now suppose I want one label on the top. And for the label, you could see here in the form toolbar, image button, this also I'll okay use it. This is the label. I'll just click on the label and here I'll make okay. So this is the label. I want to type something. So how to type? I'll right click and here you could see control properties. I'll press the control properties and here it is the control properties. Label, label field. So here I'll write suppose employee table. Suppose this I want. And here are different options. If you could see here, position I can change from here also. By these are the two buttons. From here I can change the position X. Okay, position Y. You could see here. If I just increase it, it changes. I'll type and I'll tell you. You could see here it is changed. Earlier it was here, now it has come this side. Okay. Or but I what I prefer with manual it is too easy. Manual dragging is too easy. Now employee table I have done, but I want this in the center. So what I could do, I'll just go little down. I'll see where I could see the option of font. Here is the font. From here, these three dots are there. I'll just click on this. Font color, suppose I'm selecting magenta and font Algerian and size, suppose I want 22. Okay. You could see here the difference. Alignment, suppose I want center. Okay. Now you could see here, I've got the label. Now, if I run, I'll just click on. Now, remember that I'm in design view, design mode. I'll just click it. And now, if I run the table and I play the records here, next record, you could see here, it's running. Is it okay? So, you have learned how you can insert a label. This makes the form more attractive. Again, I click on design mode. And here you could see here one image button. Suppose I want to put one logo here at the bottom. I'll just click it and right click again control properties image button and then I'll see where I'll have the option to change background color is here border. Yes, I was searching this graphics. I'll just click on three dots and I'll just take any random image. Suppose I'm taking this data analysis. Click on OK. You could see here the image is entered. So I hope you learned how to enter the image also. So from here I was able to do control properties and from here it's too easy. Border without frame if I want. So just now if I'm selecting without frame, so only the image, whatever the size of the image that will show. So you have learned how to insert image also. So it is looking something like this. Now if I click on this label and the text box and I want to do the changes here, again I'll press the control key and I want to select the label employee code. Right click, control properties, and here it is written employee code. Here I want to write suppose employee underscore I want to put and then I want to write employee code and Okay, this is shown like this. And again, I'll click it. The same way I can change the font also. Wait, control properties. And from here, visible. Again, the position X, Y. I can change even width also. I can change from here, height also. Font. I've told earlier also how to change the font. From here, suppose Arial black I'm selecting. And background color, just for demo purpose, I'm showing you. I'm selecting the background color. You could say it's looking something like this. I think I have to select some dark color, then it will be visible. With frame 3D look, it's looking more beautiful. And yes, help text. Help text, I'll show you in the text box. I hope this is okay. So it's looking something like this. You can make it more beautiful by doing all these changes as I've shown you. Now suppose here I want to enter some text box, help text box, help tip. So what I have to do, again pressing the control button and then pressing with the left mouse button on this text box, right click, control properties, and here I have to find where that help text. And here I'll type, enter the employee code. And then now when I'm putting my mouse tip on this text box, you could see that help is coming, enter the employee code. I hope you have learned. Again, for second text box, if I'll do the same thing, again, control button, selecting with the left mouse button, right click, control properties, and here also I can write help text, enter date of birth. You could see it is coming. Okay. When you will do, you will try to enter help text for each and every text box. So I hope now you have learned how to go ahead. Even I taught you how to enter the labels, how to do the modifications, how you could enter the data, and how can you insert the image. So even if I want to change the background, that can also be done. Right click, page style, and from here I can change the background color. Could see here my table is looking something like this. Page style. Okay. So it's upon your choice. What do you need? Then gradient also you can select. You can do in this way. Right click, page style. Color you can select. Gradient. Image, even preset images are given. You can select any like this. It depends whatever you feel like. Any pattern you want to select, you can select. These are the styles. But just now I'm selecting the gradient. It's okay. So I hope you have learned how to do modifications. And now I'll save. And if I'll run this forms, so it's showing something like this. It's working fine for me. Now, again, I'll be making one new form. Use wizard to create form. And this time I'm taking two tables. Table personal details of a student. And I'm adding all the details, available fields, Next, this time I want to add subform and subform based on the existing relation. I want to select blood group or student result. Click OK. I'll select this student result. Next, no roll number, admission number is already there. Class number is also there. So I'm just checking. I'm clicking on aggregate marks. Click on next. So I'll select the style what I need. Suppose this I need and click on next. This I've already explained, so I'm not explaining it again. Next, set data entry. The same way as earlier I have done. This form is to display all data. Next, different styles. 3D look again. Set name. Okay, personal details form. Suppose I'm giving this. So now it's showing something like this. If you will see here, admission number, this is separate table and this is separate table. But because it is a sub form, it will show the link and overall information. If I'll see here in the record toolbar, if I click on next toolbar, you could see here it's working. It's changing everywhere. It's changing everywhere. So you have also learned how to make the subform. Okay. So I don't think so any issue should be there while making the subform. You can easily make the subform. So I'll just save this one. Already I have saved. So I'll just close it. So two form we are able to make employee form and personal details form. Now the last topic is reports. Forms we have learned. Now report is been left. Here also we have to start with use wizard to create a report. I'll just select it. Before that, I want to explain what is a report. Now the topic reports. Using a report, we can present the retrieved data in an attractive and customized manner. What it means when we create a report and why we are creating a report. See, we have used tables to enter the data, then queries to retrieve the specific information from that data. Now we want to show that data or information, and that can be shown with the help of the report in an attractive and customized manner. We can create a report based on a table or a query or a both. See, simply we can create a report. It can be based upon any particular table or a query. So we can do both. Query is what? Asking any specific information from the table. And to display that information, we have to use the report. Preferably, if a report has to be generated from multiple tables, a query should be created first and then that query can be used to generate the report. So just now what I was explaining you, if you want the information which is based upon different tables, then better option will be that we should create a query first of all, and then based upon that query, we can generate the report. This is one example. I have shown you how the report looks like. So first of all, in my first example, we'll make a report from the table and then in second example, we'll make a report from a query. Okay. So directly I'll take you towards the practical view. So now I have selected the report component under the database and use wizard to create report. Then from here, just now I'm not selecting query. I'll be selecting table employee. This is a common table I've used for forms also and queries also. So available fields, I'll take all. Employee code, date of birth, salary, city. I'll take all. And I'm doing the first step, field selection. Then I'll go to next. Labeling fields, you already know about because this step is mostly common while I was making the form or I was making the query while using the wizard. So if I want, I can change the name here, employee code. If I want, I can change. Suppose just to show you, I am changing date of birth. Rest is okay for me. Next. Now, if I want to do the grouping, suppose I want to display the records based upon city wise. So I'll select city here. Then I'll forward this city wise. Do you want to add grouping level? Yes. City wise. Click on next. And side by side, it shows how it is showing as a report. So sort options already, firstly, it is city wise. Then if I want to sort it again, then suppose employee code. If the same employees are residing in Kalka or Pinjore, or it can be any city, then if they are in same city, then secondary, when it is sorted, it should be according to employee code. Then by again, if I want to do the sorting, further sorting, but I don't want, click on next. Then choose layout. Tabular, it is showing like this. Column, single column, column, two columns. So according to, just I'll check all. This is okay for me. Uh, Orientation, landscape, portrait. I hope you understand both landscape as it is showing here. This is landscape, and if I'll do the portrait, it is like this. Okay, in a vertical and horizontal position. Simply that. Click on next. Now, as we have selected the layout, click on next. Then title of the report, whatever I want to give. Suppose I'm writing here employee report. Two options are coming, static report and dynamic report. Static report means once I've created the report, if I'll do any changes there afterwards in the table, the changes will not reflect in static report, but in dynamic report, it will be updated. So I'll select the dynamic report only. Then I'll click on finish. As a result, it will take time, and you could see it has created the report. And it is presented to you according to city wise. Firstly, those who are residing in Kalka, firstly, employee code is coming, then date of birth and salary. So all the employees who are living in Kalka, they are shown, and those who are living in Pinjore, they are shown. In your case, it can be different because you might have used some other cities, maybe Chandigarh, Delhi, or Pinjore, whichever cities you can use, it's up to you. But according to the city wise, it will display the report to you. Okay, I hope it is clear. So I'll just close it. So under reports now you could see one report is there, employee report. Now I'll make a report based upon query. The same step, use wizard to create report. Now query, suppose I'm having here query multiple tables. Earlier I had made this multiple tables, and yes, so earlier I had made upon the students, and different tables was added in that, under which name field is there, aggregate marks, and blood group. So different tables data was included and the query was made. So you will also do the same thing based upon your query. I'll choose all, and from here I'll click next. Now labeling fields, I'll take whatever it is. Grouping. Suppose now I want to group according to the blood group. So I'll select this one. Next. Then by sorting, okay, suppose by names, and then click next. Suppose I'm selecting tabular, portrait. You can select landscape also, it's upon you. Dynamic report and finish. So now the report is ready. You could see here under group A, Kamal is there with aggregate marks 90. Under blood group AB, Sham is there under group blood group minus. Under blood group B minus, Manav is there. The same way it is shown like this. Under blood group O positive, Arshia, Kajol, and Manvi are there. So I hope now you have learned how to make report. Firstly, I made the report with the help of a table. Now we have made a report on query. So I'll close this one. So two reports are ready here. And if I want to select, suppose employee report, right click, edit, you could see it showing like this. And if I want to give the label on the top from here, I'm in design view actually. I'll just select this and I'll make a label here. Okay. I am under the page header. Right click and properties option. You could see here the properties option will open here. Name, label, I'll write it employee report. Okay. And position X, position Y, you know very well. Earlier also we have used in forms. Then employer report you could see here. And then if I'll see where font is there. Yes, this is the font. From here, I'll click. Okay, I'll show once again here. Three dots. I'll just click. And from here, I'll select the font according to my own choice. I'll select, suppose I want to select this one. Size I want to increase. And then font effects. I want to select some, okay, like this, magenta. Position, I think rest is okay. If I want to give background color, I can give here like suppose light yellow. Or this one is okay. Alignment. So I'll do under horizontal, I'll make it to center and vertical alignment. Vertical is top, middle. So I want to use middle and I'll click on OK. So you could see here employee report. I am able to put one label and then if I want to put some image here, that also I can use. I'll click on that image. At bottom, I want to put one image, suppose a logo of a company or something. So I've selected this and here under graphics here, I'll select these three dots and some random image I'll take. Suppose this one only I'll use. And now it's not coming properly. You could see here, there is scale is there, scale. So I'll right click, I'll click here, fit to size. So it's fitting. Either I can use from here, keep ratio, then also it's okay. So I hope this is clear to you how I have done this. Now, as I've explained you about the report, now one thing is been left as it is being shared in your notes, your NCRT notes, how to show the date. So it's very simple here. I'll click here on the top, insert date and time, and as a result, you could see here date and time dialog box comes. So this is the format, whatever format I want, I can select. Suppose I am selecting this, click on OK, and you will see here under page header. From here, I can change the position. So according to your will, you can change the position. And now I want to run the report after doing the changes. Save. Here is the option of execute report. I'll just execute this. You could see here on the top, date is coming and then report is ready. So my dear students, I hope all your doubts are clear. with the steps which is being explained by me related to report. Under multiple tables, add it, and you know very well, very easily I can add the image and label. You can add the label here. Right click properties, and under label I'll write here blood report. I could give any name. I've just fictitiously I have given this name. And then font, I'll increase the size from here. I'll do some changes as earlier I have done, so I'm not explaining again. Font color, background, font size I want to increase. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. I'll click on save. Even I could run from here, execute report, or directly I'll close it and I can double click it. It will run from here. So I have covered all the topics which were explained in your NCRT book. So practically I have explained each and everything. With this, I'll be closing my tutorial. If you like my explanation, then please do like, share and comment. And also subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed it earlier. Okay, bye-bye. Take care. Meet you soon in my next tutorial.